Hello friends, we are finally continuing our 2016 Disney Challenge. So if you haven't watched this in a while, we had this crazy idea earlier in the year that we were going to watch all of the Walt Disney animated classic movies this year. Yeah, that's not going to happen. We are about to watch number 15, which is Lady and the Tramp. Sherry, what do you know about this movie?
It was released in 1955. And was actually the first animated film to be made in CinemaScope, which is like the widescreen format. And that the name Tramp actually came from Walt Disney himself.
Yeah, there were a lot of other names for the male lead, Tramp. Names, even things like Mutt. And there's actually, on some early manuscripts, Walt crossed off the name Mutt and wrote Tramp. But a lot of the distributors hated the name. They thought that Tramp was too controversial and too risque. So they actually protested, but as always, Walt got his way. This obviously is a classic Disney movie, but Sherry, you said that you especially love this movie. How come?
For a few reasons. We had a Cocker Spaniel growing up, and I just think they're adorable and great pets. And Lady is a Cocker Spaniel, so I kind of like that. I also like the fact that Tramp was kind of rescued from the streets and given a good home, and I just kind of like that whole pet rescue thing.
Also, how adorable does Sherry look in her leopard print Snuggie?
It keeps me warm.
It's just cute. So now we're gonna watch. Oh, look, there's Missy. Oh, she just ran away.
We rescued her.
She is our own Tramp.
Yeah.
Oh, but she's a girl.
Well, sure.
She's a female Tramp.
Actually, that's another little fun fact. Tramp is actually based off of a female dog.
That is true.
They couldn't find any male dogs that fit the look that they were going for, so they found a female one.
Let's watch Lady and the Tramp. In the whole history of the world, there is but one thing that money cannot buy, to wit, the wag of a dog's tail. Sherry, can we put up our Christmas decorations? Is that a no?
That's a no.
Dang it. Now, the downtown scenes in Lady and the Tramp actually were inspired by Walt's hometown of Marceline, Missouri, where he grew up. And that's also what inspired Main Street, USA in Disneyland, which actually debuted the same year this movie came out.
So, because there's a lot of different kinds of dogs in this movie, the animators actually had a bunch of different dogs just in the studio to kind of see how they move and just kind of be able to draw a whole bunch of different kinds of dogs. So they just had a whole bunch of dogs in the studio, which is super fun.
That is fun. I don't think that Missy is too into this movie. There's too many dogs for her, so she's just going to go ahead and sleep with her head upside down. Obviously, this is one of the most iconic scenes, not just in a Disney movie, but in any movie ever, really. Lady and the Tramp, it's the pasta scene. But I find it kind of interesting that Walt Disney actually not a fan of the scene. He did not want it in the movie. He wanted the dogs to have human mannerisms, but when it came to two dogs sharing a plate of spaghetti politely, he didn't think that it seemed realistic. But it was actually Frank Thomas, who was one of the original animators of this. He drew up kind of a mock of what the scene could look like, and once Walt saw that, he decided to go with it. I think that was a pretty good decision. And that is Lady and the Tramp. Number 15, done.